Hey, it's Josh with Million Dollar Restaurant, and today we're going to do the dirty work. We're going to start responding to every online review. The worksheet for this training is something you're going to go back to again and again. So if you haven't downloaded it and printed it out, please hit pause and click below to knock that out now. Today, in essence, we're talking about online reviews. Because for many of us, this is a massive marketing opportunity that we choose to overlook. Why would we ignore online reviews, even the good ones? To start, it's because we care more about our overall rating than we do the individual reviews. We fail to see the people behind the platform. Second, there's just something about folks airing out our dirty laundry that feels unfair and less like an opportunity and more like a burden. And third, the bad reviews. They just piss us off. They're sometimes unfair, sometimes untrue, and we're helpless to defend ourselves on a platform that millions of people use to determine whether or not to dine with us. But are we helpless? I'd argue no. I'd argue that every review, whether good or bad, is an opportunity to tell our story. Mistakes happen. Every day at our restaurant, we misfire food, we misdirect our team, and we miscommunicate with our guests, especially when it comes to setting expectations. And I know that for the most part, you're willing to do anything you can within the four walls of your restaurant to make people happy. I'm simply advocating that we offer the same ideals and the same level of effort online. And if you do, you'll change the narrative for your restaurant on these online platforms. And you'll encourage those that leave positive reviews to come back. And you'll take the opportunity to turn a bad review around. And you'll signal to everyone that's reading your review responses that your restaurant is better than a bad review. So there are 6 components to a perfect review response. The first element is the introduction. State your name and your position. Hey, Sally, my name is Josh Kopel and I own the restaurant. The second element is acknowledging their disappointment. At its core, we open restaurants to make people happy. So if this person left unhappily, we missed the mark. And you don't need to speak to the actual complaint. Speak to the way they feel. You could say something like, I'm sorry that you felt like you got poor value for your hard-earned money. Or I'm sorry that you didn't enjoy your meal. Or I'm sorry that you felt like you waited too long to be seated. If you speak to their individualized experience in the mind of the other readers of that review, it makes it look like an isolated experience. And after acknowledging their issue, it's your turn to share your mission. Explain your intention in creating the restaurant specific to their issue. I opened this restaurant with the ambition of offering our community the highest level of value. We strive to make every meal the best meal of your life. Or we want every person that walks through these doors to feel seen and heard. And the next thing you'll want to do is provide a remedy. Let them and the other people reading it know that you're going to prevent this situation from ever happening again. You could say we're working diligently with our table management software company to completely eliminate long waits for diners. Or we've implemented a feedback system with our servers to ensure that if anyone ever has a problem with a dish again, we'll find out about it in real time. Give the readers of your response confidence that this won't happen to them. And then we get to the 5th key, stating your commitment. Here we state our brand promise, sharing our mission with the reviewer and everyone else on the platform. Our commitment to you and to this whole community is that everyone that dines with us leaves happy, and there's nothing we're not willing to do to make that happen. And finally, we round out with a call to action. Invite them back. Encourage them to call the restaurant or to message you privately so that you can give them the experience you want every customer to have. And I know you're thinking, but what if they're an asshole? Here's the good news. Almost no one's going to take you up on it, but I'm sure you can imagine how generous you're going to look publicly to the folks reading these responses. So you're thinking, what about if it's a good review? Follow the same template, but without providing a remedy. It could sound something like this. Hey Jim, it's Josh. I own the restaurant. I saw that you came in for your birthday and you had a wonderful time. It means the world to us that you would share your special day with us. It was truly our privilege, and we're committed to making sure that every time you dine with us, it feels like a celebration. Please feel free to reach out to me directly by phone at the restaurant or direct message me next time you plan on coming by. I'd love to connect and make sure we outdo ourselves next time. Now, I've saved the most obvious question for last. Should you respond publicly or privately to these reviews? publicly. It's not even a question. Our responses are as important as posting on social media, maybe even more important, because the level of intent of a person reading these reviews is incredibly high. And I'm sure you're not responding to these reviews now, and I'm sure that your competitors aren't either. But you can set yourself apart by controlling the negative on these review sites by having your voice heard. And to make it easy, be sure to click below to download the template that walks you through step by step how to create the perfect review response. And if you want to talk more about this or discuss other strategies to scale revenue or market your restaurant, don't hesitate to reach out using the info below. And as always, I'm at your service.